And I've devoted the last 20 years of my life understanding why I was suddenly happy living as a nomad, happier than I had ever been living as a normal person following the American dream. Hi everyone, welcome back to my next video. You may be sitting there thinking, wait a minute, I have seen Bob standing there holding this book before. Is this deja vu all over again? And yeah, it kind of actually is. I did, as you may or may not have seen, I shot a video. I've written a new book, and it has just come out, and so I shot a video encouraging all my listeners and followers to go and buy that book. But it had a problem after we shot that video. We assumed we were all good and it was available, and Amazon, we're publishing through Amazon, self-publishing, and Amazon, the book got locked in cyber hell. I'm sorry to say, probably most of us know what cyber hell is like. Well, the book was locked into it, so who knows? Who understands these things? So, at any rate, when I made that video, the book was not available on Kindle, and I think that's how most of you are going to want it. And so, I'm glad to say that today, October 2024, this book is available on all formats. It's available on Kindle, it's available as a paperback, and it's also available as an audiobook. Now, I love audiobooks, so I'm really glad we put it out as an audiobook. I buy most of my book on Audible on Amazon. The selection is enormous, the biggest in the world, and you can find them on sale. And if not, you get it's $20 a month to join Audible, and then that gives you one free book. So you can get it for free if that's the only book you buy that month, and you're not paying anything. And I've bought hundreds of them because I'm a big reader and I drive a lot. If you're a nomad like me, you're driving a lot, and so having Audible is really a good thing. I listen while I'm driving, keeps me awake, and I learn, and I'm entertained, and it's a fantastic thing. And so it's available in all three formats. The book is, if you didn't see that video, you don't know what the book is, so let me quickly tell you. I started writing a blog on a computer site back in 2005, long time ago. And so as I went along, it was mostly teaching, nuts and bolts, answering questions. This is how you poop. This is how you build your bed. This is how you, cover your windows, and on and on and on. I answered all the questions I thought you would ask and have asked me over the years. I wanted to put them all in one website so you could just go there and find your answers. But along the way, I did a lot of philosophical, trying to understand the questions, the big questions about becoming a nomad. I've had a lot of people accuse me of a lot of things. Well, Bob, nomads are just lazy bums because they're not out working and supporting society, and so that's a question. And I get all the questions I've got about the rightness, the wrongness, the motivations, the reasons. How come being a nomad makes so much more sense than being a normal person? And I think being a nomad is the normal, and living in a house is the abnormal, and you're going to hear a lot about that in here. And so if you're interested beyond the nuts and the bolts, which are covered so well on YouTube and my channel and many others, on the hows, the whys, mainly the whys of becoming a nomad, I think you're going to really, really enjoy this book. In my last video about introducing it, I read a section, the section that I was really pretty proud of. This is all my writings from the blog. However, I have accumulated them all, put them here in one place, and I think you're going to find it much more likely to buy this book and read it. And I think I honestly believe you're going to be really glad you bought this book. When people question you about your sanity and the wisdom of living in a vehicle and becoming a nomad, the purpose of this book is to arm you to say, this is why. 1, 2, 3, 4. It's completely logical and reasonable to become a nomad. And I am so brain-oriented more than heart-oriented in my life, and I've been really working on reversing that, and I think I've made some success. But my brain has to find a logical, reasonable, scientific reason for everything I do. And in this book, I'm going to give those to you. Logical, reasonable, scientific book on why becoming a nomad is actually the normal, healthy way to live. And so I hope that will make it easier for you as you go through your nomad life, having that foundation, not just knowing that it's right intuitively, which is where a lot of us are. I think the majority of us are. Not just becoming a nomad because we have no choice and the finances force us, and that's where a lot of us are too. But to know in your own heart and your own mind, this was the right thing to do beyond being forced into it and beyond just simply knowing in my heart it's right but not knowing why. This is knowing why. That's this whole purpose of this book. And I've devoted the last 20 years of my life understanding why I was suddenly happy living as a nomad, happier than I had ever been living as a normal person following the American dream. When I rejected the American dream and moved into a van, I suddenly became happy. And I became happier and happier and happier and happier. And I think you will too. Why is this working so well for me and I am so much happier? And I invited all these thousands of people in through the website, now through the YouTube channel, and they came in and all of a sudden they were so much happier. So I first moved into a van in 1995, and right now it's towards the end of 2024, almost 20 years. I've been trying to find out why, studying, reading, learning from a scientific, rational basis. Why am I so much happier, and why are you probably so much happier? And I believe this book answers that question. So I'll stop talking. I talk too much, as always. I think you're going to be really glad to have bought this book and read it. I think it's going to make your life better. If that appeals to you, this is the book. I believe it's probably the only book that will answer that question for you. Again, it's on Amazon. It's available as an Audible book, a paperback book, a Kindle book with appropriate pricing for each. I'll put a link down below for all three of them on Amazon. And I think you will be very glad you bought this book. I hope so. The most important thing you can do then is go and write an honest review. Don't just write a positive review because you know me from YouTube or from the website. Write an honest review from your heart, whatever you honestly think. And I would love to hear criticism in your review. What could I have done better? I talk too much, of course. That'll be one of the criticisms. But I really appreciate honest reviews because that will put the book in front of people who need to read this to make their life better. Well, if you come to the RTR in January of 2025 and 26 and 27, and whenever you're watching this, if I'm alive, I'll be there. I'll sign your book. If you'll come then, I will sign. There will be a book signing at the RTR Rubber Tramp Rendezvous. That's discussed in this book. And so I hope you will come then, and I will sign your book and shake your hand and give you profuse thanks. So if you got anything out of this video, like us on YouTube, subscribe to the channel, share it with others. I would really love it if you would share this on your social media or directly word of mouth with your friends and spread the word that there's a book that might change your life for the better. Why not check it out? And I'll see you on the next video. See you then.